Good day to you, classmates, and of course to you, Ma'am Liv. We are sorry to have our report in this way. By the way, I am the Lowell, and I am trying to discuss the abstract summary of our report with our chosen topic, which is wireless fidelity, or commonly known as Wi-Fi. The abstract summary is an overview of our research study. Then the Wi-Fi is under the wireless telecommunication. So we better discuss first the wireless telecommunication or wireless communication for us to understand first the Wi-Fi or the wireless fidelity. The first wireless network was developed in the pre-industrial age. This system transmitted information one line of sight distance using smoke signals. The vision of wireless communication supports The vision of wireless communication supporting information exchange between two devices is the communication from the next few decades, and much of it already exists in some form. Then Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a mechanism for wirelessly connecting electronic devices. By Wi-Fi, we can connect to the internet without physical touch or without any physical attachment. It is free for most people who are in the area or within the area of Wi-Fi. But if we have our own network, which is the Wi-Fi, it is so expensive. For you to understand the network of Wi-Fi, my groupmates are here to explain all about the Wi-Fi. And here is Ms. Catherine Aranles and Ms. Junilda Hermosa for our introduction. Thank you.
I am Junilda Hermosa, and I am going to report about wireless fidelity. Wireless fidelity, or commonly known as Wi-Fi, refers to a wireless network technology which allows computers to connect to a wireless signal. Wireless fidelity is the standard way of computers to connect to wireless networks. Nearly all computers now have Wi-Fi cards that allow users to search for and connect to wireless users. It is important for us to know that the Wi-Fi only exists between the device and the router. Most routers is being connected by a cable modem, and which provides internet access for all the connected devices. Many people consider Wi-Fi as perfect and consistent. The significance of wireless fidelity is that you no longer have to be sitting in one spot of a computer hardwired to the internet. You can access the internet from every room of your home, office, and even in hotels and airports. You just have to connect it to a router and some access points to extend the reach of the network. Okay. Wi-Fi was in the mid-90s when it has been introduced to our country. At first, we're not calling it as Wi-Fi, but Spread Spectrum Technology, or ECE. The term Wi-Fi was first used commercially in August 1999. It was coined by a brand consulting firm which was the Interbrand Corporation. Today, a number of Wi-Fi hotspots can be switched to business areas around Metro Manila, and soon it could also be found to places there's a lot of people are in problem. And that's all about the introduction about Wi-Fi fidelity. Here is Dr. Aran West for the other part of our course.
I'm Catherine Arangas, reporting about the process of Wi-Fi and the other aspects about Wi-Fi.
Okay, let's start off first
With the process of Wi-Fi. Up to a point, wireless fidelity can be easily accessed by everyone, but there are certain parts or certain portions of Wi-Fi that one must understand in order to use the full potential of wireless fidelity. Wireless fidelity can be related to radio communication systems way back in 1923. The technology was out there, but people spent a lot of time tweaking their equipment. They thought that opening up the switch and listening to the music was all part of the radio communication system, but they were proven wrong. It's just like in wireless fidelity, you must know all the aspects about it in order to, again, fully understand and fully maximize the potential of wireless fidelity. Wireless fidelity has three major processes. First, it's the radio signal, the data format, and third is the network structure. The radio signals are the ones that are being transferred from one network to another. The radio signals came from a home network which has the router, and it is then transferred to another computer that has an access point. The access point converts the radio signals into data signals which enables one person or one consumer to access the internet. Okay, that's all about the process of Wi-Fi. Next is the current and future applications of wireless local area networks or Wi-Fi. The success of IEEE in 02.11b wireless LAN technology is undoubtedly due to the ease of use of the technology, the acceptance of standards, the low cost of the equipment, and the real need for such services enables consumers to fully use the wireless fidelity. Client-side equipment is widely available in the credit card type of PC and CIA.
Current and future applications of wireless fidelity. The success of IEEE in 02.11b wireless LAN technology is undoubtedly due to the ease of use of the technology, the acceptance of standards, the low cost of equipment, and the real need for such services. Client-side equipment is widely available in the credit card type PCMICA. PCMCIA stands for Personal Computer Memory Card International Association. This card format is suitable for laptops and PDAs for less than 100 pounds. This device enables a computer to convert radio signals into data signals in which the computer will use to enable an internet connection that will be used by the consumer. ISA or Industry Standard Architecture and PCI or Peripheral Component Interconnect cards are also available for some manufacturers for desktop machines. This device provides a Wi-Fi certification for desktop computers it helps desktop computers indoors to receive data from a wireless router. Access points costing from 100 pounds to 1,000 pounds depending on functionality typically occupy a footprint no bigger than an A5 sheet of paper and can be wall or ceiling mounted, or may be hidden behind TV panels or in table right into the office. This device enables a place to be a Wi-Fi network, and it provides a Wi-Fi connection that can be used by everybody, provided that they are in that place. Next is the And and that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Okay, first thing I am really for this research report about the wireless fidelity. So what I'm going to discuss is about the advantages of the wireless fidelity. Some of the advantages of transition from the cellular mobile environment to the wireless local area network include high band speed, local the ubiquity of hotspots, and upload of cellular spectrum. But of course, we all know that Wi-Fi has been already accepted by the country. And one of the reasons why it was because of the tremendous advantages that it brought to the day-to-day living of the Filipinos. So there's lots more. First, Wi-Fi uses unlicensed radio spectrum and does not require regulatory approval for individual deployers. So for that, it means less effort, less expenses, and less thing to do for the connection of the particular wireless connection. This second one, it allows local area network to be set up in cabling or with cabling. It means that in historic buildings, it is more easier for them to have a connection with their particular area because with the wide local area network, it can be too expensive to have that one. And the third one, Wi-Fi is extensively available since it is already in demand nowadays, and all the people are what do you call this? Familiar with that particular communication. Fourth one, Wi-Fi networks can support roaming. That means access one point to another. And lastly, Wi-Fi that acts for global standards. Since it is a global issue today or a global technology today, you can have that all the parts of the world. And second one, of course, if there's an advantage, there's a disadvantage. And one of the disadvantages of Wi-Fi, since it is relatively new, there are lots of things that it does not already improve with the technology. First one, Wi-Fi uses unlike Wi-Fi in terms of interference. Since it is a free access or a free access to connection, there's lots of interference from other sources. So that means of inconsistent connection. And of course, the power consumption. Power consumption is relatively high compared to wired local area networks. And the third one, Wi-Fi networks have limited range since it uses 2.4 megahertz with its just a 100 milliwatts. Access points, the third one, access points could be used to steal personal and confidential information to the users. That's one of the dangerous things that a user could experience if he or she is using Wi-Fi connection. And the last, free access points can be used by the malicious to anonymously mislead and attack. Relatively the same with what I said before that. So for the conclusion and recommendation, I can say that we prefer to choose this particular research report because of its relevance and significance nowadays, and because it is in demand. And we are aware that many people just go to convenience stores just to have a free Wi-Fi. So it is also intended to be to the engineering students, of course, for them to encourage and to be aware with that particular technology since it has a lot more disadvantages